Kitchen Club. This week is totally for the birds. No, really, we're going to do something for the birds. So we're going to work on making some bird feeders in our kitchen. There's a few items that you're going to need, and some of them you can exchange and maybe use something different, but we'll talk about that soon. Get ready to help out our feathered friends. Here are some of the items you're going to need for today's projects. There's two different kinds of bird feeders that we're going to make. We're going to start with bird seed, a container to put the bird seed in, bacon grease or lard, peanut butter, Cheerios. I've got grapes, but you could also use blueberries for this or a different kind of fruit. Toilet paper rolls, some string with a darning needle, and if you don't have string and a darning needle, you can use a pipe cleaner instead. We're going to start with our Cheerio and fruit on a string. Now remember, I said if you don't have a string, you can use a pipe cleaner for this. So I've got my string and my needle, and I put a little knot at the end of the string so that the Cheerios don't fall off the end. So we'll start by just threading the Cheerios onto the string, right down to the end, and we'll keep doing that for a while. And we'll get these Cheerios on here, and then maybe we can do a few at a time. Pull them down to the end, and now we'll add a grape just to make it more interesting for the birds. Pull it right down to the Cheerios, just like this. And then we'll add some more Cheerios. Just like this. Birds are going to love this treat. What do you think? You can get pretty creative with making these things for the birds. And they're going to appreciate the treats that you're making for them. It's kind of like when you get home from school or from daycare and your mom's made a special treat or your dad's made a special treat, and you get to have a snack when you get home. It's kind of like that for the birds. I think they're going to love it. And if the birds don't eat it, I know the squirrels will sure like it. They can seem to find all the stuff you put out for the birds too, don't they? It gets kind of sticky doing this. Okay, and then another grape for the birds. Pull the string through a little further. And then we're going to add some more Cheerios. Oh, not that one. I better take that out of there. There we go. These are going great. And then you leave enough room on the end of your string at the end to tie it, because you're going to have to hang it in a tree or perhaps on your deck outside, or if you live in an apartment, you might want to put it on your balcony. And then just a couple of more Cheerios at the very end. And there we go. We've made the birds a nice treat to hang in the trees for them. I think they're going to love it. What do you think? The next bird treat we're going to make is with the toilet paper roll. So I'm going to start with using the bacon grease and spreading it on top of the toilet paper roll. The birds love this. They also love baking lard, so if you have that in your house, that is definitely another bird treat. And they use that to make bird suet that you can buy even in the store. But this is kind of a good way to make it at home. with stuff you may already have. Once we get this all finished, we're going to take our toilet paper roll and we're going to pop it right down in the seeds. This can get a little bit messy, so you definitely want to be close to a sink when you're doing this. But you can hold the edges of the roll, and then you're going to roll it right in the bird seed. This is a favorite treat for the birds for sure. And when it's outside, it'll get cold and it'll keep it all together very nicely. So you can either take this and hang this right on on a branch like this, or you can get some of the string that we had, cut off another piece of string, and you can string it right through to the other side, and then tie a knot at the top. So that you can hang it in the tree just like this. So that's one bird treat done. I'll set that aside. Now the next one we're going to use is the peanut butter. I'll get another roll. Put the seeds back in the middle of the dish again. And this time we're going to put peanut butter all over the roll. Same idea as we did before, except with peanut butter this time. But if you're allergic to peanut butter, then it's a great idea to use either the bacon grease or the lard, both of which the birds absolutely love, and both of which are very sticky. So we'll smear it a good amount on here, just so that the seeds stick to it nice and they don't fall off. Sure it's completely covered or you'll have little bald spots with no seeds on your roll. And now I'll drop it down in the seeds just like we did the other one, and we'll start rolling. You may have to add more seeds if you run out of what's in your dish, or shake them to the middle. So that you can cover your feeder. I think the birds are gonna love this. Can't wait to bring it outside and welcome them back from going down south. Give them a little treat. Now I'll get another piece of string and put this through. And then we'll tie another knot in the top, just like we did with the first one. And there you go. There's the peanut butter roll on a string. Only one thing left to do. Find a tree with some birds. Thanks for joining me today for Kitchen Club. I hope your feathered friends are happy with the treats you've made for them. Don't forget to come back next time for another round of Kitchen Club. Have a great week, everyone.